And welcome back to Who Would Win. We're almost done with the week of Who Would Wins, folks. And this one came to us from Blue King. Now, I just did Goku versus Superman. Now I'm doing another DBZ one. Dragon Ball Super, actually. Jiren versus Saitama. Now, this one, it's kind of obvious when you think on it, but not at the same time. Basically, look, we have to look at the characters in the video. Saitama is Saitama, the One Punch Man. Now, granted, when holding back, he's not going to immediately obliterate something, but he will usually kick someone's ass in holding back. Saitama, it's basically stated that Saitama broke his limiter. He basically kind of has no limits to some degree. But the thing is that we look at his feats. We look at his feet. Like, he can move supremely fast. Now, is it like Dragon Ball Z level fast? Or speed? That's debatable. He can kind of move in a blink of an eye. He can move quite very quickly. But he can't fly. Durability-wise, he can take a punch that sent him and cratered the moon, and still be relatively fine. He Lord Boris was the strongest opponent he ever fought. Basically, one that actually pushed him a bit. And he was even surprised by how powerful he really was. But overall, he still beat Boros without too much difficulty. It took him actually throwing a pretty serious punch. And it's debatable whether or not that was him at full strength or not. Even Boros is like, you still didn't go full strength, did you? You're just too powerful. Or too strong. But still, Saitama, even low-ranking punches of his can beat the crap out of it's stated, I believe, that he is either planetary or star level of being Lord Boros. Beat the crap out of Lord Boros, who really wouldn't have survived if it wasn't for his healing factor. And a full power blast, a punch from him, was able to counteract the force of a star level destroying what was it? The Heaven's Roaring Cannon attack? I can't remember exactly what it was. Basically, split that in half with really no difficulty. So you have to assume that, in terms of pure power, and he shattered a meter with one punch. So you have to assume that Saitama is comparable to a Starbuster without having any Saitama can't necessarily punch a star and destroy it, but in terms of the level of pure power he has, you could make an argument it is on that same level. Jiren, the problem with comparing him to Jiren is all the feats that Saitama had, Jiren kind of showed he did. Like, Jiren has literally one-punch moments in Dragon Ball Super. He literally just charges energy in his fist, blew Majikaio away with just a shockwave of his fist. At one point, he just zips a shockwave punch past Goku and blows the entire ring off, which is made of Kaching ore, which is supposedly the strongest material in the multiverse. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily much because we don't know how to compare it to something in the One Punch Man universe, but still. And then you actually look at them as actual fighters. Jiren's obviously the better fighter of the two. And his energy, he's stated to be stronger than his God of Destruction, who is arguably stronger than Beerus, because he beat him in an arm wrestling contest. Still, he's stronger than his God of Destruction, who is more than likely strong enough to destroy an entire universe with all his power. Now, Jiren, as far as we know, doesn't know a technique that actually is capable of destroying the universe, like the Hakai or something like that, or using Hakai energy. But he still has a level of power on level with or beyond a God of Destruction, at least some of the gods. It's arguable if he's stronger than all the gods. Or the angels. I don't think he's stronger than the angels. And he was able to go toe-to-toe with a mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, who reached the level that gods have a difficulty reaching. I still stand by the idea that some of the gods could do Ultra Instinct, but Beerus wasn't one of those gods. So, and then Jiren has also, energy techniques. Can obviously move faster than Saitama just by nature of his power. As we see that he's able to keep up with an Ultra Instinct Goku, who's already moving fast. These guys are moving at like light speed, at blink of an eye, breaking at speeds that you can't even perceive by normal standards. Saitama can kind of also do that, but it's not the same level because we never see Saitama is human. Now, granted, for him to be doing human things like that, it's still impressive. But it's not him just doing that, hey, doing multiform, moving speeds that Saitama does. Saitama can move fast. He just doesn't, blink back and forth in different spots like they do in Dragon Ball Z. And then, of course, you factor in Energy Blast, especially that giant, sun he basically created in his hand, condensed into the palm of his hand. We don't know what that really would have done because Goku dissipated that, but we can assume that when you condense all that power into one little blast, it would have been highly destructive and probably could have destroyed Goku in an instant. So, and again, physically speaking, he was clearly a powerhouse. Even when he was running on empty, he was still a force to be reckoned with. So, when comparing these two, let's assume that they're in the one punch. Let's assume they're in tournament of power, and sounds like, you look strong. All right then, let's go. And then Saitama and Jiren clash, and I will at least say, Saitama probably has enough power to actually put Jiren on it. Like when Saitama throws that punch, it's gonna be boom, and Jiren's actually gonna maybe go flying back a bit, and Jiren's just gonna be like, I actually felt that, huh? It's like, all right then. And then the fight actually misses, and they'll trade blows for a while. It's kind of be a lot of what happened in the first fight with Goku and Jiren. We'll just be trading back and forth. It's like, it's like Yoda, and then he's Jiren's gonna be blocking the punches. He's even gonna be feeling some aches in his hands, and Saitama's still holding back because one punch maybe he's not supposed to kill. Or, he's holding back because he just doesn't find anyone strong enough for him. But this is Jiren who's suppressed at the moment. Jiren just grabs Saitama, throws him, just boom, wails on him. Saitama initially is fine, but he's just, okay, fine. Then just goes a bit more serious. It's like consecutive normal punches, but Jiren actually blocks all of them. It's like, and now Saitama's like, oh, this guy's actually really strong. Cool. And, he goes to throw a punch. Jiren puts a little bit more force, like he does that charging energy fisty that you see him do, and actually nails Saitama. And I actually think that hurts Saitama. That actually is like, and then Saitama goes flying to his cape's toward, and that actually hurt. He hurt. He actually hurt me. Oh, okay. Well, let's go, man. It's like, all right. Now he's actually feeling the thrill of the fight. So now he's actually now going more full, whatever his percentage strength is. He's actually now throwing real punches. Lands a punch on Jiren, and that actually hurts Jiren too. I was like, okay, fine. Oh, is that how we're gonna do it? Fine. Yeah. He charges up his energy, not full power Jiren like we see against Master Ultra Instinct Goku, but more like what he did against 17 Vegeta, Goku, and Frieza. So, and yeah, maybe he doesn't need to go that powerful, but I'm just, bringing it up to speed a bit. Getting to the end. So now it's like, all right, and then I'll go, and now Saitama's now throwing full-powered punches. Jiren's boom, boom. Jiren could still feel those punches, and they still hurt, but compared to how, say, Boros took that punch, Jiren's not really all that stressed about it. At this point, Jiren's now, power-wise, well beyond Saitama in terms of all the power he has. Now, Boros, who could see auras, did make a comment that his power seems to know no limit. But, again, we have to go by what we've actually seen him do. We've never seen Saitama theoretically punch a star. Until we see him do something along those lines, we have to go by the feats we've seen Saitama do. And make a presumed guess about how powerful he really is. So, at that point, Jiren just, decides to, it's like, I guess I should respond to Kai, and then, channels that giant sun, like, okay. And now, Saitama, here's the thing. Saitama generally doesn't sweat shit, but at this point, he's met an opponent who can not only match him, but might actually beat him. He's actually aware that this guy could actually possibly beat me here. And he's charging up an attack that's powerful. Saitama is probably not sweating this now. Saitama's like, all right, bring it on! And, he's just like, ah! And then he throws the punch, and you get that concentrated energy blast versus a Saitama punch, and just boom! Saitama emerges from the smoke, but he's burnt. He's hurt. He's actually hurt. And it's like, shh. It's like, okay, this has been a good fight, man. And then comes at him again, tries to throw another punch, and then Jiren just, I will at least respect your great honor, and then just punches him straight in the gut, just and just throws him out of the ring. So the reason Saitama loses this fight to me anyway, is the fact that even full power from what we can't truly say we ever saw him at full power, but from the max amount of power we ever saw from Saitama, and from what we've seen from Lord Boris's power stating, he's a star level opponent. Saitama's at least star level. Jiren is possibly a universal level of being in terms of his actual power output, because he surpasses his god, who's probably also a universal level being, just on the fact that he can destroy a universe. Now, we don't know for sure that Belmod can do that, but we can make the assumption that if he's not as strong as or stronger than Beerus, he's probably around the level of Beerus, who is a universe destroyer, who is power. It's stated that at least Beerus is. We can make an assumption that all the gods at full power possibly can do that, even though we know the gods are not all created equally. So it's it's a difficult little conundrum there. But Jiren's power is universal, whereas right now, I mean, I don't even know if Saitama's power would be solar system or galactic, let alone universal. So right off that bat, you have that issue. Then you have the issue that Jiren, it just tanked universal powered being. Like Goku Super Saiyan Blue is arguably a universal level being. It's just the Super Saiyan Blue is the key control, is all about key control, so that power doesn't like eke out or like ripple across the multiverse or anything like that anymore. Then you factor in the Kaioken multiplier on that, and it's just a matter of what we've seen from the characters and what we know about them compared to other characters in their universe in terms of their power. So, I mean, Saitama is at least probably a starbuster in terms of his raw power without actually having a physical technique. But Jiren is a universal level being without a universal buster power technique. But again, with more attacks, including energy-based attacks that he can do it. So I have to give this to Jiren, basically. I have to give the whole fight to Jiren. And would I give Saitama any win? Only a very small, like a 5% maybe win. And if he went full power, like Saitama went full out power and got a lucky KO shot on Jiren. That's basically it. That's the only way I really see Saitama winning. And even then, Jiren suppresses strong enough to go up against Goku and Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken times 20. So it's really debatable on that. It really is. But it's a fun little what if to do, or who would win scenario. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review at some point. My shirt's a little if you like us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, superhero magic, what if, anything I do on the channel, put in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to it at some point. I will pre-record the who would win for tomorrow today. So, yeah, just keep your eyes out on that. Well, keep your eyes out for tomorrow. And the death battle prediction will be up tomorrow because the Sora versus Pit death battle is taking place tomorrow. Right now, my money's on Sora. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you.